And welcome to episode 557 of the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that says...
This fucking weather's goddamn goofy.
It is. It's the usual Pittsburgh weather.
It is. I mean, it's the middle of February, and it's 60 degrees today.
Yeah.
The hell?
I know.
Yeah, I'll drop back down to the 30s later this week. I better get my car washed done tomorrow then.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know if you have this problem.
What?
The back of my car, the ass is just completely flat.
Okay.
Okay. And like, I've noticed more than any other car. I mean, I even have like the windshield wiper on my back windshield because like you get a lot of like spray like when it rains and stuff. Like the back end of my car just gets so fucking dirty.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Like it's odd. Like I don't know why that is, but it's like, I mean, it's as flat as Thad's ass.
I don't know how it gets that dirty.
No. I'm going to imagine it has to do with like the spray from the back tires kicking up.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, and unlike like a regular car that like you have like just a small back end and then like, you know, the window kind of slants. Like mine is just, it's flat.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I just noticed like, particularly this year for some odd reason, I'm noticing like, man, that's dirty.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, I gotta reach, you know, I put all my stuff, like when I go grocery shopping, I put it in the trunk and you gotta reach in there and open. I'm like, you know, I don't know.
It's just dirt.
Dirt, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's an odd thing to notice, I know, but I was looking at it today and I was like.
You also have a black car.
Yeah, I have a black car, so like dirt picks up, but like even after it rains, like, I mean, I know the car's not clean after it rains, but like the front end and the sides don't look as bad, but like the back just collects dirt.
Yeah. Well, that's where it goes.
Yeah, I guess so. You know.
And we like to think our I was just kidding.
Yeah. I know it's an odd thing. Something I was noticing today.
Huh?
Yeah. So how are you, sir?
Good. Really? Yeah. Happy.
That's a good.
That's a good.
That's a good. I just offend any Italian that listens to us.
Yeah.
It's a me, Mario.
Oh, God. You're really barking up the tree there.
Well, I mean, like, it's not me. It's Jared Leto. I mean, Jared Leto in The House of Gucci. I mean, that was, Papa, it's a me. Why can't you help me? You know,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So I blame my piss poor Italian accent on Jared Leto.
Nice.
Yeah. Not that I do any other accent very well, you know. They all are piss poor, except for my Pittsburgh accent. What are you all talking about? Oh, my.
I always wondered why it branches into communities. The Pittsburghese. It's thicker in some than others.
Yeah, I think...
It is.
It is.
And you get into some when you listen to some people talk, it is thick.
Yeah.
Then you get in other areas, it's not.
Yeah. I think some people, like, it's like a badge of pride. Like, it is for me. Like, if you can identify me by my accent, I'm happy. Like, you know, that's right. I'm from Pittsburgh. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but like there are some people that are like, it's like, are you being funny with that? Because it's like, it is like, I went downtown the other night and, you know, Dawnsies was open, so I stopped in, had myself a couple of Iron Cities. And you're just like, what the fuck?
Nobody drinks Iron City in Pittsburgh.
I'm
just saying.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's always the classic line. It's like, drinking some Iron City. So I was like, I don't think anybody from Pittsburgh drinks Iron City. I'm being quite honest with you.
Older guys do.
Yeah, but
Like there are guys who are like diehards. Like, this is what my grandpa drank. This is what my dad drank. This is what I drink.
yeah, I know, but that's a dying breed.
It is. It very much is. Yeah. I mean, but
I
I think like,
I don't know. I don't know of anybody that drinks Iron City. I don't.
I think Icy Light is
And
more
out.
pop.
Like if I'm out, I never see anybody drinking an Iron.
Yeah.
I'm not still in
Yeah.
business.
No, I understand. I'm not denying that either.
Right.
Like, it is that thing where I agree with you. Like, you don't normally see it, but I also think, like, if you go to, like, a neighborhood bar in, like, Bloomfield, that's what most people are probably drinking.
I would disagree.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think your neighborhood bar, I don't know, maybe in Braddock. I don't know. I think like you said, Icy Light, it's probably more popular than Iron
Icy
City.
Light, like, right now they have, like, the Icy Light Mango that I hear people raving about, and people are raving about the Icy Light Turner's tea that they had over the summer.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but I think Iron City's as much like it's overhyped as much as like a Permane Brothers sandwich.
Agreed. Because
Yeah.
I think Iron City tastes like shit.
No, I will agree with that. It does. It tastes awful.
Icy Light's not bad,
Yeah.
but Iron City's terrible.
I mean, like, for me, like, when I drank local beer, it was Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
When it was made in Latrobe.
Yeah.
You know, after they sold to Anheuser-Busch and they closed the brewery in Latrobe,
Uh-huh.
you know, the next best thing to me was Yuengling.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Yuengling.
I
Like
do
if,
not.
like if you were to like say like you know you have to drink a beer, it would either be Yuengling or Moosehead.
Yeah.
You know, and they're both lagers. I like a good lager.
I prefer Moosehead on tap versus bottle.
Yeah,
Same thing with Killian's Red.
yeah.
If they even make Killian's Red anymore.
I don't even know.
But Labatt's good.
Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna put down a Labatt.
Yeah, that's good beer.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't like Yuengling. I think it leaves a terrible aftertaste in your mouth, especially on that last sip. It just makes me cringe.
the one that's like relatively local, it's not, but it like kind of is Straub, and I can't stand.
I don't think I've even had a Straub.
It was like the choice beer for diabetics because it didn't have any sugar in it.
Uh-huh.
You know, like that was like their big push was it was like it didn't have sugar for some reason. And like to me it tasted like shit. But like I knew a guy who was like a hardcore diabetic, and if they didn't have Straub, he was leaving.
Really?
Yeah, because there was nothing else he could drink.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't the carbs turn into sugar anyway?
I don't know. But like I mean, I had buddies who went up. I guess like it was in Katanning that they brewed that. I want to say.
Okay.
I had some buddies who went up. You know, they were on a hunting trip, and you know they made a pit stop at the Straw Brewery and took a tour, and you know, I'm like, man, it not have been me.
Yeah, that's a Laverne and Shirley moment if I've ever seen one.
You know, I mean, I always wanted to, like in my drunken younger days, there was a time where I'm like, I want to take a tour of the Rolling Rock Brewery. You know, like that would be so badass to be there because that's what I drank. Like I was, you know, and I never did it. You know, but you know, that was one of those things that was like that would be so cool to do is to take a tour of that brewery. Like you get beer at the end and everything. Like, oh, this would be awesome.
I never had that dream.
No.
I never had that dream of standing at the gates of Anheuser-Busch riding a fucking Clydesdale and then
Yeah.
getting off the Clydesdale,
Yeah.
taking me through the brewery, and
Yeah.
there's the Clydesdale at the end.
Yeah.
And I mount back on and I go to this brouhaha of Budweiser.
Yeah.
No, never had that dream. I wish it would happen.
Yeah.
I'd get on a
like fucking
Clydesdale.
Wonka had
Yeah, Wonka with beer.
Yeah.
There's Spuds McKenzie.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I'm so tired. Make it stop. I think it was an episode of Futurama. They did a Slurm. They were touring the factory and it turned out that Slurm was actually like the mother's milk of a giant slug or something. And
Nice.
yeah, it was like they kept drinking it though. They didn't care.
Luke knows all about that.
Yeah. Like, this is disgusting. This is so good.
That was one of the grossest moments in Star Wars history. It was Luke drinking that fucking milk and with the angry eyes when he was done. I'm like, God damn, son.
Milk in his beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking drinking a melted shamrock shake, and he's like...
Yeah. That's hysterical.
That was the worst.
Yeah. Like, you just sound right up to it, like, squeeze the teat.
Yeah.
Got the milk out, then like...
I don't know if it was supposed to be terrifying or, like, psychotic.
Ray's looking at him like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah. Fucking... What happened to you?
Yeah. Holy hell.
It's fucking on a bender.
Yeah. The little keepers were just like, oh, Luke's at it again.
I know.
Yeah.
The porgs just look away.
Yeah.
You can't handle it. Fucking nursery of these aliens.
Yeah.
He's just going to milk.
Meanwhile, the creature's like sitting there going, like, how dare you, sir?
I know. And he's like, fuck you. Just fucking getting that shit out.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Milking that shit like a farmhand.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. That was the weirdest moment in maybe Star Wars history. I can't think of a weirder moment. I can't think of an awkward moment in all the Star Wars movies than that.
No, I mean, like there's nothing Jar Jar Binks did that could top that moment of like where you're just like a cringe.
Yeah, you're like, wow, I can't believe this didn't get cut.
Yeah, like I can't believe people sat like in the theater, like all these people from Disney and Lucasfilm were like, that's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good acting there.
Yeah. Hamill's bringing the good stuff.
Let's put a cow in a suit. Just green screen it.
Yeah.
Make it more realistic.
Oh.
Yuck. Is Andy Serkis available?
Yeah, he can do this. We've already got him to Snoke, right?
Right. Put some udders on that bitch and get him to work.
Yeah.
It was Kathleen Kennedy's idea.
Yeah. I've been amazed. One of the most popular tweets I've ever put out there. And it was just a reply to somebody asked a question. This is like the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace this year.
Yeah.
Which is like hard to believe. Like the Phantom Menace is 25 years old.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you were old enough, what were your memories of walking out of the theater? Like, I remember, like, clearly, like, sitting there, like, and I was with Thad.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I was trying really hard to convince myself it was good.
Yeah.
That's what I typed. I was trying really hard to convince myself it was good. And, like, it has been liked, and retweeted, and people have replied. I felt the same way. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Like, but that's the truth. Like, I remember, like, it was that thing where, like, you tried to forget Jar Jar Binks and remember the Duel of the Fates. You tried to forget little Anakin Skywalker saying, now this is pod racing. And you tried to remember, how cool Qui-Gon Jinn was and Darth Maul was. And, but, like, the good just outweighs the bad so much. Like, but, like, after a while, I finally can, like, admit, like, Sean, it's a bad movie. You can't defend it. Try as you might, you can't defend it.
You can't.
No.
The battle was bad. There was just nothing good about that.
Like, even, like, there was a point where I thought, the pod racing stuff was kind of cool. And I think it was just because it was like...
So he opened his fucking mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, it was just, like, that thing of, like... It's like at the end of Fanboys.
Yeah.
Where, like, the final... Well, what if it sucks? And roll credits. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it kind of did.
Yeah, it just did. It was just bad.
Yeah.
Terribleness.
Yeah, I mean, like, it took, like, a couple...
I mean, I even got past some of the Anakin stuff, but when the robots started going, Roger, Roger, I was done. That is dumb.
The battle droids...
That is dumb.
The battle droids didn't bother me.
But that is dumb.
It is. I agree. It's...
You went from stormtroopers...
Yeah.
To Roger, Roger.
Yeah.
Oh, look out. What the fuck?
Hey. You're not... You know, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Terrible. That is badness. It's pure horribleness. Now, the other robots they created were badass.
Yeah, like
the rollers and
the
shit.
The super battle droids, the droidatas.
Yeah. Awesome. Great job.
Yeah.
But then they had to speckle the idiots in there.
Yeah.
Which just... It just fell on deaf ears for comedic relief. Just, to me, at least.
I get your point. It didn't bother me as much. Like, I forgave that. But I get your point.
Not to me.
Yeah.
I thought it was just as bad as Anakin Skywalker talking. I'm serious.
Are you an angel?
Oh, God. Are you an angel?
Yeah.
And the whole thing with, what's his name? With the wings.
Watto
and him. Just...
Yeah.
Just depressing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so...
Moving
forward. So, you watch anything this week?
Endgame.
Okay.
Well, the end of Endgame.
Yeah.
Started Percy Jackson.
Well, that'll excite Thad.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah.
I think the kids are just too young for me. Like,
yeah,
in the acting realm.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like he should be older than.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I think then it would. Not Teen Titans young, but younger. You know what I mean? Yeah, that. I don't think I watched much this week at all. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, it was kind of a dead week for me.
I watched a couple of things. I watched Godzilla 2000.
Okay.
Which was a Toho production. It was their first of what they refer to as the Millennium Series. And I mean it's gloriously, Toho.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's an amazing movie because it's Godzilla. It was made in 1999, and so this is when they started experimenting with like different ways of presenting Godzilla.
Okay. And
like one of the things they did, you could tell is what they did was like they had like the guy in the suit in front of a green screen.
Okay.
And they had taken like distance shots of like actual locations and were trying to superimpose him into that.
Okay.
The problem becomes it doesn't look like he's walking on, like it looked like he was floating in a way. Like it doesn't match up.
Yeah.
Like when they got into like the final fights and stuff in like the miniatures, in the city they started using miniatures and stuff. That still looks amazing. You know what I mean? Like, like that still like harkens you back to like the days of yesteryear. We're like, oh, this is fantastic. They experimented, like there's an alien spaceship and it's supposed to be like chrome.
Right.
And you can tell it's CGI and it's bad CGI.
Right.
And it sticks out like a sore thumb. But you forgive all of that because you're getting a Godzilla movie.
Right.
You know? And like, if you are not a fan of Toho Godzilla, like, because it's not like, this isn't Godzilla -1. Like, Godzilla -1 is a whole different thing, and Shin Godzilla is a whole different thing. This is still like man in a suit, you know, rampaging through a city made of models.
Yeah.
You know, and like at the end of it, like, and it was real. I enjoyed the shit out of it because I like that type of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't recommend it unless you like that type of thing. If you're a fan of other Godzilla movies and you haven't seen Godzilla 2000, it's a fun watch. I hadn't seen it in 20 some odd years, and when I did watch it, it was in Japanese with like, you know, Korean subtitles.
Okay.
You know, so like I had no clue what was going on. I just was like, give me as much Godzilla as possible.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So actually watching it, it was dubbed because it was on HBO Max. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Like, you know, the story's goofy. I don't care. You know, it is what it is, and that's the shit I love.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so I watched that. I saw, like, on HBO Max, they have a bunch of older stuff that's like from like the 70s and the 60s that I might go back and watch. My only concern is like, am I going to watch it and it's going to be like, oh, this is really bad.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially now, like, you get past Shin Godzilla, you get past like the MonsterVerse Godzilla that you have with the legendary movies, and even like later on, like into the 2000, like the Millennium series and stuff. Like, Godzilla looks really good, and I mean they do improve the special effects as they go.
Yeah.
So I worry about, like, because like the story's garbage. They're always garbage. Like, you know, you're there for kaiju on kaiju violence.
Yeah.
You know, and like I worry if like I go back and I watch like the original Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, am I gonna be like, oh, this is horrible?
Yeah.
You know.
Sure you will.
I'm sure I will. Like, but that worries me. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, outside of that, you know, I watched that. I watched a very odd docuseries called NASCAR Need for Speed.
Okay.
And it takes place during like the last 11 races. It's like 6 episodes, I think. And it takes like it covers like the last 11 races, which is like their playoff.
Right.
And I found it really interesting. Like, and I find athletes like that interesting. Like, NASCAR drivers have to have an alpha mentality.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and I found it very interesting. Like, I find racing interesting. The problem with racing is I don't want to give you 4 hours to watch you drive in a circle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, because it's not that interesting to me. But like the concepts of it and like the things that are exciting, you know, it's like stick out. And the series did a really good job of kind of like doing that. Like,
Okay.
Like here's a 4-hour race condensed to 30 seconds or 3 minutes, and here are the highlights, and you know, here's what the drivers that we're featuring went through during that race. You know, that was interesting. And to hear them talk about like the mentality behind it and like what your mindset has to be and all this stuff was like it was interesting to me.
Right.
Like, there's another docu-series I'm going to watch that's on Netflix as well. It's about rugby.
Okay.
It's like, you know, it's called the Six Nations Tournament. It's like England and Wales and Scotland and Ireland and like all these like European countries like competing for this rugby championship. And I'm like, man, that looks interesting. I think I might have to watch this. You know?
Yeah.
You know? So stuff like that is interesting to me. Like, even though it's a sport I don't follow or know much about, like NASCAR, like I find the personalities very interesting, because if you're going to get in that car, you have to have a mindset that I don't understand.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to drive at 150, 200, 250 miles an hour in traffic, you know, on some of these super speedways, like nose the fender.
Yeah.
You know, inches between you and the guy in front of you.
Right.
And like the nerves that you have to have, and like the mentality that you have to have, like to be able to do that, like fascinates me. And the guys who are able to do that, like, you know, I tip my hat to you. Like, it's not a sport for me. I can't watch it, but you know, those personalities and the mental toughness and the physical toughness you have to endure that.
Sure.
Like back in the day, like, you know, guys like wore helmets that had like an open face mask and stuff. Now they wear the full face mask, but they have an air hose going in that has a fan.
Yeah.
Well, like the one guy was like halfway through the race, the fan gave out.
Oh shit.
And he's still racing because he's in a championship contention.
Yeah.
He can't just pull out of the race because the AC stopped working.
Yeah.
Well, 2.5 hours later, when he got out of that fucking car, he was blown. Like, you know, he was just completely blown up.
Yeah.
Like, dehydrated, and like they were like, you know, giving him like, you know, fluids right away and stuff, because like you're just probably lost 20 pounds in that car.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, holy hell. So, like, stuff like that, like, I do find interesting. I'm gonna watch that one about rugby because I'm fascinated by it. Like, you know, again, I mean, there's a sport that's brutal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know we talk like the toughness of football and stuff, but that is fucking brutal.
Rugby? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get injured playing rugby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
These guys are tough, dude.
And then the last thing I watched, it just I guess it came out on Disney Plus yesterday, was the Marvels.
Oh, it came out on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
How was that?
I enjoyed it.
Oh, it was good.
I thought what was very interesting is they found a way to make Carol Danvers more likable.
All right.
Because I think her biggest problem was, like, coming off of the Captain Marvel movie and, like, going into, like, you know, with Endgame and everything else, like, she was kind of unlikable in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she was, like, you know, and they explain, like, why she's that way, and I thought Kamala Khan did a very good job of being the heart of the three of them.
Yeah.
And I thought she was fantastic in what I thought was going to be like a situation where maybe she gets overshadowed, and she didn't.
Okay.
And then like her family and Nick Fury were hysterical.
Mm.
But like coming off of the series, the Miss Marvel series, like the family had to be a big part of this.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because that's what they are. And so, like, if you hadn't watched the series, maybe you're going to watch the movie and you'll think, well, this is fucking goofy.
Right.
But the thing you have to remember is, you know, one, she's a teenager, and two, like, no matter what, like this is tradition, this is family, you know?
Yeah. So
I don't want to give anything away, but I really enjoyed it.
That's cool.
I liked. I mean, the only thing was, again, like, you know, the Marvel problem, the villain was completely
useless.
Yeah, like, I mean, you didn't care about the villain.
Yeah.
You know, all the villain was just like, you know, MacGuffin. You know.
Yeah.
This was driving the story. Outside of that, it was like couldn't even tell you what the villain's name was.
Right.
You know, but I mean, outside of that, like, I enjoyed all three of the Marvels. I thought they did a really good job with it. I thought the story they told about those three characters was very good.
Okay.
I don't think it's as good as Captain Marvel. I think that movie's still fantastic.
Yeah.
But I liked this a lot, and I liked the way they utilized all three of the characters and kind of quickly explained things.
Okay.
Kept the story moving.
Okay.
So, I highly recommend. I mean, if you're a fan of Marvel movies, I highly recommend it.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah,
So,
I'll check it out.
Yeah. So that was it for me.
That's it.
Yeah, those three.
Yeah. Yeah, I really didn't get a chance to watch hardly anything this week.
Yeah.
Barely.
You're gonna watch the game tomorrow, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if Casey can pull this one out.
I do. I mean, it's nothing against, like, I hate, like, people are like, oh, Brock Purdy, he's just this good because of who's around him, or this, that. If you put Kenny Pickett in that offense, he'd be just as good. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, I don't. But, you know, it is that thing, like, I just think Patrick Mahomes is that good.
Okay.
It has nothing to do, like, I think Kansas City has a very good defense. I think the 49ers are going to have a hard time beating that defense. But, like, to me, like, the flip side of that is, like, I think Patrick Mahomes is just that damn good. He is the best quarterback I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I go back to, like, watching, like, Montana, you know, you talk about, like, you know, Elway, Marino, like, Patrick Mahomes is a fucking alien.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think, like, maybe at the end of the day, he has the ball last, and he's able to just take the team down the field and win.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I really do. Like, I don't see... Like, the one Super Bowl they lost to Tampa Bay, the only reason they lost that Super Bowl is because he didn't have an offensive line.
Right.
By the time they got to the Super Bowl, like, every one of their offensive linemen were injured. Like, it was nothing but backups, and they were getting, you know, and Tampa Bay's strength was their defensive line.
Right.
So, if you remember watching that, like, he was running for his life all game long.
Yeah.
Still throwing darts.
Yeah.
You know, but he was running for his life.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the only reason he lost that Super Bowl. Is if he would have even had half of his offensive line, maybe it's a different game.
Right.
But outside of that, like, I think the guy's unstoppable.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like,
We'll see what the refs say.
Like, I with, like, the 49ers offense, I mean, you know, Christian McCaffrey is a beast.
Okay.
Deebo Samuel he's an alien as well. Like, if you look at that guy, you're just like, how the hell?
Yeah.
You know. I think Kittle's really good. Purdy, I think Purdy was I think clearly he was undervalued in the draft. Like, to be the last pick, I think, was a crime against him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you know, you are what you show at that time.
Hey, he's taking him to a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
He even had to do some things right this year to take him to a Super Bowl.
Probably would have taken him to the Super Bowl last year if he didn't get injured in the NFC Championship game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, to me, like, you know, there's a lot of controversy around him as far as, like, people are like, you know, oh, he's only so good because of this, that, and the next thing. He's a game manager. Like, I don't buy that. Like, I think he's that good, and he will be for a long time.
Yeah.
You know.
Good for him.
Yeah, exactly. Good for him. Like, but, like, at the same time, like, you know, he only makes like $80,000.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Like, probably more than any other player on that team, he needs these checks.
He's going to get paid.
But, like, But like it becomes that thing of like when you do pay him, like you're not paying him like $40 million.
No, but he's gonna get paid.
Yeah, but like he's not gonna get. Like my problem has always been like when the next quarterback is up, people always look at it like, well, he's got to get paid. Like Dak Prescott should not be anywhere near the top of the top paid quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay.
You know, in my opinion, neither should Lamar Jackson. Like there are guys, but like when like a guy comes up like that, it's like, well, he's gonna get X amount of money. Well, why should he? Why is he the best? No, like nowhere near.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but like these guys, like they like the demand just to have a decent starting quarterback is like you're automatically like at the $40 million mark. Well, I don't think Brock Purdy deserves that.
Yeah.
But I like 25 million, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, but like the problem always becomes the second you have to pay your quarterback, like that second contract.
Yeah.
You no longer can afford anything else.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I get that.
I mean, there's this whole thing now with like Cincinnati where like, Jamar Chase, what's he gonna get paid? T. Higgins, what's he gonna get paid? Like, there are guys, but because you now had to pay Joe Burrow top dollar, which he deserves.
Yeah.
You have a hard time keeping those other parts.
Right.
Even the Chiefs have suffered. I mean, like, outside of Travis Kelce, like, the most of their other wide receivers are garbage.
Yeah.
Dropping passes on a regular basis.
True. They've had drops all year.
Yeah. Like, Rice has come on in the playoffs as a second option besides Kelce, but, like, there are guys that, like,
No, I agree with you. It's kind of weird in a sense because, I mean, they were dropping passes when Juju was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of like the beginning of it with Juju, but, yeah, they do have the dropsies.
They do, and it's like,
I think that's one of the reasons Mahomes is so upset this year, because he's putting the ball there.
Yeah.
All you got to do is fucking catch it.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
what
like
you get paid for.
He like, it's one of those where like we always say like, a great quarterback makes a great wide receiver.
Yeah.
But to be a great wide receiver, you have to be great.
Right.
Like, what I mean? Like, yes, if you had Bubby Brister throwing to Jerry Rice would not be anywhere near as good.
Right.
Because Bubby wasn't that good of a quarterback.
Right.
So you need a great quarterback to complement a great wide receiver, and vice versa. Though, like, if your wide receivers are dropping the ball, but they are like, you can beyond a shadow of a doubt say that was on target. You should have caught that.
Right.
Like, it's tough to like look back at the quarterback and say, well, that's on you.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it.
So that's like at some point, like a wide receiver has to emerge, or two,
right,
for Kansas City. Like, do I think they can go through this again next year? No, I don't. I think too many teams are getting better around them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, Patrick Mahomes is just that fucking good.
Yeah. Yep, he is. So what to see?
Yeah.
Anyway, what else you got?
I was thinking about, and I found this fascinating, because I got, I started watching, like, really paying attention to football. I guess it was Super Bowl 16.
Right.
That was the 49ers and the Bengals.
Okay.
Like, I remember.
Is that 90?
No, like 1981. You're a little confused there?
I'm sorry, maybe it was the Niners and Bengals I'm thinking of.
Yeah, 49ers. San Francisco, Cincinnati, yeah. They played twice. They played once in '81 and again in '90.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but this is the first one, Super Bowl 16.
Okay.
And Super Bowl 23 is when they met again.
Okay.
Okay. But like I remember after the Super Bowl, like it wasn't like an all-day affair.
Okay.
It was like the game came on at like 2:00.
Uh-huh.
It was done at 6, and then like there was no post game. It was like immediately after the Super Bowl, we'll take you live to coverage of the Honolulu Classic as the PGA Tour's best.
Right.
And you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But now, like, I mean, the Super Bowl's like an all day affair.
Right.
It's kind of funny how it's
reversed.
Well, it just evolved as a monster.
Oh, it's a monster.
It is. Like, it'll dominate tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sunday. And it'll dominate Monday based upon the results.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, it's like this odd thing of, like in 1981, like, it wasn't such a big deal. And, like, immediately after the game, like, and the final is the 49ers win, and now we'll take you to Honolulu. I'm like immediately, like there wasn't even like a trophy presentation or nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it quickly, like you get to Super Bowl 20. Like Super Bowl 20 was probably the first big Super Bowl. Like that was like the first time like it became hyped.
Right.
Like I think like it's slowly started to creep like later in the day. Mm-hmm. But by the time you got to Super Bowl 20, it was like that was the first time you had like the really long pregame show.
Sure.
Like I remember Super Bowl 20, like they had a 1 minute intermission before the game started, so you could calm down from the hype. Like it was like, and it was like an odd duck of a Super Bowl where it was like it was starting to achieve what it is.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, you're going to wake up at 10 a.m. and you turn on the NFL Network and their coverage has started.
Yeah, already. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
And then CBS starts at like 2:00.
Right.
All right. So, let's move on from the big game.
Okay.
I saw this week. I'd love to get because this is one of your favorite franchises.
Okay.
Director Dan Trachtenberg, who rejuvenated the Predator series with Prey, he's apparently looking to make more of these.
Okay.
Apparently 20th Century Studios is taking the right lessons from the film's critical success and an exciting development. The Hollywood Reporter has news that Trachtenberg is returning to the director's chair for the next installment, currently titled Badlands, and there is much rejoicing. The new film is described not as a direct sequel to Prey, which many viewers expected after the artful end credits sequence in Prey hinted at that through cave drawings depicting the arrival of more Predator spaceships. Instead, the new storyline will apparently go the opposite direction and take place sometime in the future, though it'll be taking cues from the acclamated acting turned by Amber Midthunder, because the new film will star another female lead as with Prey. Trachtenberg will once again team up with writer Patrick Azen to pen the script. But the Hollywood Reporter also indicates that there will be even more Predator movies to come, as the studio is now gearing up for a host of Predator projects with Trachtenberg creatively involved.
Nice.
So I mean, this is a franchise that I think we both hold near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
Does this excite you? That like?
Yeah, it does, because Prey was really good.
It was.
And if it's continuing on this path through time, whatever, it's pretty interesting to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought Prey was really good.
I agree. Like, I mean, that was such a massive surprise at how good it was.
Right.
Like, you were hoping it was good. And especially coming off of The Predator.
Yeah.
Which was so fucking bad.
Right.
You know, that to kind of get back to the roots of it all.
Right.
Was exciting.
Yeah, it was. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I have to agree. The Predator series have been... Eh. Then when they mixed the Predator and Aliens, I thought that was a cool concept.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought the first movie kind of felt flat a little bit.
Yeah, you like the second one better than one.
I did.
Yeah.
I love Requiem. But the first one just kind of fell a little flat. I mean, it was good in its own way.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't great.
Right.
I don't know. But I like this. This was good.
It is a
Predators was pretty good.
Yeah, Predators was amazing. Like directed by Robert Rodriguez. I thought that was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, they've had hits and misses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that has to do with script and director. You know?
Right. I mean, you know, the first one was amazing. The second one, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, that kind of led into Alien versus Predator. And I mean, I like both of those movies. They're fun, but like...
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Not like this.
No, I mean, and Predators was really good. Like, I really like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
And then The Predator was so fucking bad. Like, I felt... It was like one of the few times I've actually thought about, like, asking for my money back.
Right. And, of course, Predator 1 was good.
Yeah, I mean, that's you know, yeah.
The standard.
Yeah. But, like, Prey was, like, such a surprise. And, like, as I'm watching it, I was just in shock at how good it was.
Right.
You know.
I thought, to be quite honest with you, I thought Predator was one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movies that he put out. When you go on the string of movies that he did.
Yeah.
I thought that Predator was one of the best ones he did. As him as the action guy.
No, I will agree with you.
I mean, it was a good movie.
Because that Predator kind of falls in that area of like, what was the one where he had to get, you know, with Ray Dong Chong, where he was getting his daughter back.
Commando?
Yeah, Commando.
Yeah.
And then The Running Man.
Raw Deal.
And
that whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like he there was a string there of like where he was like releasing like 2 movies a year. It felt like.
And Terminator.
Yeah.
A little bit later.
Yeah, Terminator 2 was like 1991.
Yeah.
But there was a string in the 80s.
Yeah, I know.
And it felt like...
Erasure was one, maybe?
No, that was later.
Was that later?
That was later.
Okay.
But like, well, let me break out the old IMDb.
Hercules in New York.
That was before.
I know.
Yeah, that was... That's fucking horrible.
It was. Conan 1.
Yeah. But, like, those 2 movies, like, the greatness of those 2 movies were Arnold didn't talk a lot.
No.
In either of them.
Right.
You know, and, like, the few lines he had, were memorable.
Yeah.
You know, especially in Terminator, like, but, like, Conan is, like, so fucking good, but, like, he says very little in that movie. When they started letting him talk was in fucking Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah.
That movie's fucking awful. But if we go back here, we gotta go like scrolling like this. So it's like, yeah, so Terminator comes out in 1984.
Right.
And Red Sonja is
I
1985.
forgot about Red Sonja.
Yeah. Commando's 1985. Raw Deal's 86. Predator's 87. Running Man's 87. Red Heat's 88.
Red Heat.
And Twins is 88. Total Recall is 90. Kindergarten Cop. And in 91 you get Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So
I still think Predator's on top of that list.
yeah. No,
Just because
agree.
it was the fear
Like-
of it, the action of it, the trying to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
everything about that movie was good. Billy on the fucking giant log,
Yeah.
fantastic. Jesse,
Yeah.
the other guy who was shaving his head.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some shit.
Oh yeah.
Carl Weathers getting his arm cut off. I mean, like the whole thing was good.
Yeah. It was. But I
And
mean,
it
like,
made sense. Like not made sense, but like these were commandos, like guerrillas.
but it was like it's the movie though that like other than like so many Schwarzenegger movies, and especially in this time range, because like Raw Deal, Running Man, Ready, like this is the beginning of like the Schwarzenegger one-liners, like coming off of the original Terminator,
Yeah.
where I'll be back,
Yeah.
that like I guess like he has the one-liner of like, you're one ugly son of a bitch,
Yeah.
other than that, like, or, get to the chopper, which like everybody loves,
Yeah.
but like there's no like witty one-liners in that movie, in all honesty.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it really it's like the
That
one
scene,
movie.
That scene in that movie where he's fucking singing Gonna Have Me Some Fun.
Oh yeah.
Gonna have me some fun. Like the acting on that was just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked crazy. He looked like he has lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I agree.
And Jesse had just died,
Yeah.
I think. But when Jesse lays waste to that forest,
Yeah, with the minigun.
fuck. It was amazing.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about action, man. That was awesome. I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite movies. It is. I mean,
And Jesse has that great line. Like the guy goes, "You're bleeding, man." He's like, "Bleed? I ain't got time to bleed."
yeah. Yeah, dude. It's good.
It is. Oh, that's
Good
a great movie.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I loved it.
I mean, it is great Schwarzenegger movies,
Yeah.
but it's the beginning of like the Schwarzenegger. Like Total Recall is a good movie, but like, it's not that good.
Yeah,
97 has the movie that shall not be named.
yeah.
99, and his movie. It's not even close. Like, he's in it for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, wow, this guy can really act.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like a straight up action piece.
And memory serves, he's not that big in it either.
No.
I mean, he's not huge, is what I mean.
Did a kickoff show for WrestleMania on Thursday, and it was he was there.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, I think.
The same day they announced a big deal with Netflix, they announced that Dwayne Johnson's on the TV, that he started using his real name.
Yeah.
And then, but I mean, there's money to be made off of the name The Rock. And now that he owns it and WWE does it, like, he can use it with his Under Armour line and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, he's making, like, to me, like, he is making a power play to, like, solidify himself in this organization and be a major part of it.
Yeah.
Now, especially the power vacuum after Vince McMahon has left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's been interesting to watch from the outside, knowing what happened with DC.
Yeah.
So. But also, like it's that odd thing of like, we love him. Like I didn't have a problem. Like Black Adam's not as good as I thought it was going to be. It's still very good. I enjoyed it, but it's not as good as it could have been. And it's like when was the last time there was like a project that he wasn't like pushing that did well?
Right.
Well, none. Like anything he like wants to do fails.
Right.
But like when he like takes apart,
yeah,
and like Jumanji or like anything else he's done in his career that wasn't like a Dwayne Johnson joint.
Yeah.
It's much better.
Yeah.
Like he's phenomenal. But it's like a thing like when Hollywood, like once you get power, like Tom Cruise calls his own shots.
Right.
Tom Cruise is very good at calling those shots for the most part.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's the huge difference.
Yeah.
Like like there are guys in Hollywood that do a real and then The Rock, like he doesn't like he needs like that guy and stuff. Like, man, maybe we should just like follow somebody else's lead and you get an executive producer credit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because when you're calling the shots, things seem to go wrong.
Right. I like The Rock though, man.
I like him too, from what I know of him. But I mean, like, it's also like the whole thing, like in Hawaii with like him and Oprah were like, "Can you donate money to help save the poor people of Hawaii?" Like, oh, there's 2 billionaires standing right there. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Oprah's got more money than God. Like, you could solve his problem like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so like it's shit like that like that you get the backlash on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
So we got that going on, and there's another interesting tidbit. So apparently, like they were talking about at an earnings call, Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed that 2026 will likely see the release of The Mandalorian and Grogu, kicking off the next generation of Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Now, based upon the fact that this was announced later on, like earlier this year,
right?
And we had been given a palette of movies that were already supposed to be coming out, starting with the Rey movie, the continuation of like the next generation,
right?
And this is what they're starting like we got this Mandalorian and Grogu movie we're gonna do, and that's gonna spearhead 2026 for us,
right?
Does that surprise you, or is it like, well, that makes the most sense?
I don't think that doesn't surprise me. Does it you?
Yes and no. And I'll say it this way, like, it surprises me because it doesn't surprise me because of the popularity of the Mandalorian franchise. Mm-hmm. Like, I know, like, Dave Filoni's supposed to be doing his movie, which is supposed to be taking place in the Mandoverse, but like, it surprises me that they're doing a Mandalorian movie and doing it for, like, this is the kickoff of the next generation of Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
After this long dry spell without a movie again, this is the next wave, and we're kicking it off this way. And like, so from the standpoint of, well, here's a known commodity that everybody loves, it makes sense because Rey is the controversial figure.
Right.
Like, Rey, some people love her, some people hate her.
Right.
I'm kind of in the middle. I don't love her, but I don't hate her either. Like, but it's Star Wars, so I'm interested to see where it goes.
Right.
But like, I guess that's the thing that like surprises me is like, because they initially announced that Rey was going to be the kickoff of this next generation of Star Wars movies, and now that's kind of like, no, we're going to go Amanda. Which kind of tells me, like, how much faith do you have in Rey then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But it is that thing that makes you think. Like,
Are they not sold?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's like, how much are the trolls dictating this?
Yeah.
Because I get that, too. Like, you'd want to come out controversy-free, I'm sure. Like, that's... Give the people what they want.
Yeah. And when is after that, when's the next Star Wars film coming out?
Well, I mean, they announced 3. And it was the movie about Rey, the Dave Filoni movie. And I can't remember what the third one was.
No?
Yeah, I can't. I really can't. It bothers me that I can't. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was something in the past. I want to say it was something like from like the...
When does the Bad Batch release, the third final season?
I think it's sometime this month.
Is it? I thought so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
You
it's
don't have to
sometime
look it
this
up.
month.
I just thought it was coming up soon.
Yeah.
I'd like to watch that.
Yeah, I'm gonna, once that's done, I'm gonna binge watch the whole thing.
Oh, okay, you haven't watched any of them?
No, I started watching it for some reason, like I stopped,
Uh-huh.
and I liked it. I had no problem with it, but it was like somehow it got off my radar,
I see.
and so I want to start just fresh episode 1 and like just once it's done, just watch all 3 seasons.
I get it.
Yeah, but I mean, it like, from what I've seen, like it looks phenomenal.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I think Andor comes out this year. Season 2 of Andor this year too.
Okay.
I think. I know that was in production, and I know Filoni went into production on Ahsoka season 2.
Yeah.
But that's like pre-production, I think.
Okay.
But the rumor is Hayden Christensen will be back for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you might get a lot of Force Ghost Anakin,
Yeah.
which would be interesting.
Yeah. I like that part of it.
Yeah. Trying to think what else. There's supposed to be that one Skeleton Crew. That's supposed to be coming out this year, I think, too. I was with oh, I can't think of his name. The guy who played Watson in the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock movies.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
He played the android in AI, the one that was with the kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The sex bot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of his name to save my life.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, but I that's supposed to be coming out this year, I think, too.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Cool.
Yeah. Certainly an interesting year.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'll watch. I didn't watch. I don't think I watched anything on TV.
Nah.
No.
Man, I've been playing Skyrim.
Are you back? You on Skyrim?
Yeah. Yeah, like I played like 2 nights last week. For like 2 hours.
Nice.
I'll probably play tomorrow. I'll probably play like before the Super Bowl starts.
Okay.
I'll probably play for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Like, I got to my parents' house today, visit my parents. And like the last time I was there, like I told my dad, like, yeah, I'm playing Skyrim. Like very minuscule amounts a week. Games like a couple hundred hours to play. He's like,
right,
yeah.
right.
And here's 6 more games. I'm like, The fuck am I going to get to these? So I'm there today, and I'm visiting, and that goes into his room. He comes back out. Here's these 6 more games. Like, the hell?
6 more games?
Yeah.
Holy heck.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I think you'll really like this one. And I'm like, I like 12 games you've given me that, like, I don't know when I'm going to get to them. Like, you know, you realize I'm only playing like 4 to 6 hours a week, right?
Right.
You know,
yeah.
like, I'm not like spending like 20 hours a week playing video games.
Is he playing that much video games?
Yeah.
Is he?
That's how he spends his retirement.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
I mean, like,
I'm not judging.
No, but I mean, like that's like he's like so content. It's like, you know, he gets up, he makes himself some breakfast, takes out the dogs, goes back in his room, fires up the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how he's happy to spend his day.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know? He tells me, he's like, you know, I do all this stuff for Xbox points. It's like the fucker has a job. His job is to, like, log into his Xbox and do all this stuff to collect points so he can get free games.
I see.
You know, I'm like, holy hell.
That sounds like him, though.
Oh, it is. I mean, that's straight up Big Chuck.
Yeah.
You know, he loves it. So he's happy. That's all that matters.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you got?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you'd like to add to the proceedings?
No, I'm good.
No. Well, remember, there are a number of different ways you can reach out and touch us.
Hey.
You can send us an email like Thad did and Tim did this week, but Tim's is in response to something Thad sent in, and hence making Tim's also unreadable.
Okay.
That email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Mastodon. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. We're very, very easy to find on the socials. And we are a member of a number of podcasting networks. Excuse me. You can find us on the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Just give them a Google search, and you can find all the other great podcasts they have to offer. And lastly, as always, I want to thank you, dear listener, for checking us out each and every week. We can't thank you enough for your support.
Yes.
And on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.